was gonna say because you were talking about you changed up your eating habit, and you said there's a certain book that pulled that out of you too. Like what kind of got you into switching up? What was the book called again?
And it was Satan, I'm Taking Back My Health by Jawanza Kunjufu. Life changing.
Okay.
I read the book and immediately, not the day after, not 2 days after, not a week later, not a month later, not this is my New Year's resolution. The day after I read that book, I changed my eating habits.
Wow.
It's it's that powerful. Jawanza Kunjufu is a bona fide genius. He's not read enough, especially in today's society where we're talking about the lost identity of our young boys. You know, there's a lot of discussion about young boys being lost today, but what we don't understand is that there's a conspiracy to destroy our young Black boys. Jawanza Kunjufu has been identifying this conspiracy and how white supremacy has been implementing this strategy for decades. And one of the things that he also talks about in the destruction of the Black community is through our foods and how our eating habits, how they erode our health, increase our high blood pressure, lower our cognitive abilities, because of course, when we're suffering from health ailments, it doesn't produce high quality brain functions. So he's like, hey, look, if you want to be a critical thinker, if you want to be a better banker, you want to be a better doctor, you want to be a better physician, you want to be a better engineer, one of the things you have to do is you have to give your body the correct fuel. You know, I don't know what kind of vehicle you have, but you can't have a high performance vehicle. You're not putting 87 in a high performance vehicle. You're putting 93 in it.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
one of
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No, I was just gonna add on to that. There's this football player, Von Miller. He was like, he got sick one day. He's like, I can't. I guess he had eight. It must have been mozzarella sticks. Like, I can't put what's like 85 in a 93 Ferrari. I gotta make sure my tempo is good. Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the things that Jawanza Kunjufu does, he breaks down the science of the foods. One of the things that he does best. So I remember at the time I had read How to Eat to Live by Elijah Muhammad. I had read volume 1 and volume 2 prior to reading Satan, I'm Taking Back My Health. And while I love what Elijah Muhammad did, he didn't go depth into the science of foods and the study of how they impact our bodies. And he also didn't offer many alternatives. So I was like, oh, all right, thanks, Elijah. I appreciate you. It wasn't necessarily life changing. I read Jawanza's book and I was like, oh, Satan is really trying to destroy us. I was like, oh, but he also gives you alternatives. He's like, don't eat this, eat this. Because when you eat pork, it takes 14 to 16 days to digest in the body. Take a piece of pork, put it on the countertop, come back 14 to 16 days and see the level of erosion and calcification and toxins that it's producing. That's what it's doing in your body. Take beef and it takes 12 to 14 days, chicken 10 to 12 days, fish within a matter of 2 to 4 days for fish and vegetables and fruits a matter of hours, just showing like how you clear out your digestive tract and how your body produces and breaks down the foods. So I read that book and man, I'm one of those individuals to where if I read a compelling argument, then you know, I'll change right then and there.
No, see, and that's what it's about. And recently had Les Alfred on. She has a podcast called Balanced Black Girl. And when she was just talking, I started looking up some of the statistics about just when it comes to health and fitness and all these things. And it's just so important that we have these conversations, that you see people that you admire that take their health serious. We are talking to his name is Alfred Edmonds. He worked with Black Enterprise Jr. And he talked about Reginald Lewis. And he said, imagine how much more wealth creation he could have had if he didn't die at such a young age. And I think there's a lot of people that come from Black and brown communities that have that chance to build wealth in this generation and help each other if we continue to stay healthy and stay fit. If you enjoyed that clip, make sure you head over to www.bookupapp.com to download our app so you can connect with your favorite bookish content creators, start conversations, and start your own book club.